Beautiful.
How was Hawaii, Drew?
Hawaii was great, dude. I really didn't want to come back. Now that I'm back, though,
you shouldn't have came back.
I know, honestly, it's like I should have stayed there. But it's like I got a nice little tan out there.
Ooh.
I
just get dark. That's fine.
I
don't get tan.
You would have came back just darker than.
I'm already tan.
Yeah, so dude.
You're dumb as fuck.
No, but it was fun. It's like I had the portion with my brother and my girl in Honolulu, and we kind of had a chance to like hit up the bars, kind of like go around the city in that time. We ran some mopeds, and it was like we did a hike out there, and so instead of doing a $15 Uber and doing the hike and then getting like a $15 Uber back, we found these mopeds that we can rent for 4 hours for $30 each. And so it was like, instead of like splitting that Uber and kind of just doing that, it's like we rented the thing, and it was going to be a short hike anyways. So it was like the hour out of the 4, we were doing the hike, but we were able to park them right in like the front of it. We didn't have to pay for parking because they're little mopeds. So like in that 4 hours, bro, we did that, and then we were able to chill around the island.
Did you have to pay for gas on the moped?
Yeah, but you know how much we spent?
How much?
66 cents is how much I spent, bro.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Not even kidding, bro.
I thought he was going to say 66
No, 66 cents I paid on that thing just to fill her up. I was like, no way. Corny paid like maybe $1.20, and my brother paid like maybe like 80 cents, and I was like, crazy, bro. And so it was probably the best. Like
mopeds.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
You see us on the freeway.
It maybe topped out at like 35, 40, but it was fun though, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah. So no,
35, 40 miles per hour? That's pretty fast.
Dude,
on a fucking little thing.
Yeah, so we're going on on the way to the hike. They have like a big old hill that you kind of go up and down. And so on our way up, we saw there's a cop that was sitting there, and they were just what do you call it when they're just sitting there waiting, like kind of camping, waiting for to pull over drivers like with a gun. Yeah,
like the laser gun. Yeah.
So we saw there's people already like pulled over there, and so we're coming back, bro. And I'm like I don't want to get a ticket out here on Hawaii, bro. And so like as we were coming like passing by, I saw her make a U-turn, and she parked right there on the side, and I was like, oh bro, she's gonna be ready for when we're coming down. You know. And so I like slowed down, and my brother fucking flew right past me, and I was like, bro. And I tried to like catch up to him real quick, and we like all slowed down, and we're passing by, and she's sitting there with the gun, we're waiting, you know. And then I think she pulled over like 2 cars behind us.
Oh, fuck.
And I was like, oh, bro. So no, that was fun because we did that in Honolulu, and then we went to Kauai. So we did that with my family for a few days after. So
you guys didn't do any other fire stuff or anything?
No, it's like
did you even see smoke or anything?
No,
really?
They're too far. The islands are definitely too far from each other to get any impact on that, but. Yeah,
I've never been in Hawaii, so I don't know.
Yeah, so that islands
are like right next to each other, bro.
So each island is probably like the distance of like here to San Diego kind of thing.
Oh shit, yeah. Really? Like 100 miles, 80 miles?
Yeah. So it's like the flight would be, it was a 30-minute flight, I think, for us to go from Honolulu to Kauai, and those were right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you could to go from Kauai to I think like the Big Island, which is or Hilo, which is probably like the furthest one, and that's probably like hour and a half flight. So.
Dope as fuck.
Yeah, but it's cool. Honestly, it's like we love going to Hawaii with my family, and that's kind of like our big tradition. And so
go to Hawaii, people.
Go to Hawaii. Honestly, though, especially right now, go to Hawaii. It's like if you can, especially because Maui needs it though. It's like in that sense, it's like they definitely had a lot of destruction and stuff from the fire, and so a lot of people I didn't like recognize it when I was like thinking about it, but I'm kind of thinking like, oh, they're gonna have all these tourists going to other islands now because obviously Maui had all the fire, but. It's like the people in Maui still need the tourists to come, start helping build and start paying for all this stuff.
The money,
Yeah, and so, but everybody's like, oh, Maui's like had all this stuff, so we need to go to a different island. So I think now it's like the best time to try and take a vacation to Maui or anything like that when you can.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, but
how long were you there?
I think it was 8 days total.
8 days total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
8 days too long.
8 days not long enough. Not long enough, dude. I know I missed you. I only miss Brian though, not Alex.
Good. All we did here was just chill and work.
How was your guys' time without me? Yeah, I was about to say.
That's what
you guys miss me.
I mean, man. Jobs are hard.
Yeah.
But you need them, so make your money. But that's what we've been doing, man. Like just focusing a lot on work,
Trying to get new jobs.
Yeah, putting applications out there. And, try not to get discouraged overall. There's like a lot of people that, that put in their applications everywhere and may not hear a lot, of any callbacks, if any. And I believe like, try not to get discouraged is like a big aspect of that, of that journey, especially if you're trying to move on to somewhere or, trying to find something better for yourself. it's about like not being discouraged even by your own actions, you know, of what you're doing. So for me, that's what I've been trying to focus on, you know, try to keep it going, but working.
A lot happened in a couple weeks, bro.
Bro, it's like, yeah, bro. It's like, it all could happen so quick, you know, but you know, we're
job market's
grinding
tough.
through it though.
Oh yeah,
it's tougher than I thought it was gonna be, because I mean, I don't know if this has to do with like just the fact that back in 2021 when I feel like back in 2021 everyone was hiring because a lot of people were out of work during 2020 because of the pandemic and everything. And now that things are all settled and more settled, more people have jobs, more people are getting promotions now, more people are not leaving. It's like getting more, like the market's been a little bit more difficult. So yeah, that's what we've been doing, just applying, getting for me personally, either an office job or like another restaurant, because I'm still working on like my full-blown career, but that takes a while to build up. So it's just the constant battle. That's what we literally did like for 8 days.
Yeah. And then the other ones is just partied.
That's all you got to do, bro.
Game.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I drank way too much out there, so I'm ready to have some water for a change.
Have some water.
Bro, it's like I gotta have my water, but like in the morning or at like in the meals, you know, around
So
that.
bad.
It's alcohol.
It's like when you need to.
When I need it, bro, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I need some water.
Breathing heavy.
Happened a few times out there, bro.
It's funny.
Yeah, I think I came back losing weight too, so I need to go back to the gym.
Yeah, I haven't been going to the gym consistently.
I noticed
too. I'm not the biggest anymore here.
Oh, you never
the
were,
medium.
You never were, but Brian's always been the biggest. Brian's always been the biggest. So.
We're all medium.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's good. Any issues with flights or like TSA being up your ass or anything? I know that's always a hassle when.
Yeah, honestly, dude, everything was great. So since we were going from one island to the other, we obviously had to deal with having different flights. And so we had to book the one flight and then a second one to go from Honolulu to Kauai. And then we kind of fucked up on our way back. Instead of buying the flight that like my parents were going to go on through a different airline, we booked it early through Hawaiian because we didn't want to like have the price go up, you know? And so we bought it. And then my parents ended up doing a different airline that was like hours apart. And so we basically had to get them to take us to the airport a bit earlier. We flew to Honolulu, had an hour layover there, flew back to LA. So instead of leaving Kauai at like 9:40, like my parents did, and then have just the one flight all the way back to LA like through the night, we flew to Honolulu, had to sit there for a bit, and then we got back on a plane and went to LA. So
what the fuck? Like
yeah, bro.
Bouncing back.
Yeah, bro. So then I got here. We landed back in LA at 5:45 in the morning, and I was like, didn't sleep, and I was gone from one plane to the other, and it's like that whole trip, bro. Just was. It's like I never sleep on the way we come back, but on a flight when you have to change it and do all that hassle, it's like, bro, I couldn't sleep at all, you know. So I didn't even close my eyes at one point, and then got back and went straight to San Diego. And so like that whole day, bro, I just didn't sleep.
I haven't been on a lot of flights, but the most recent one when I went to North Carolina for the festival, holy fuck, that like jet lag, like we got there a day early before the festival. Cause in my head, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be fucking exhausted. So we came back, we landed like with Shante, we landed like, I don't know, I want to say like 9 a.m. or whatever. And then our Airbnb that we got wasn't open until 11. So for like 2 hours, we were just like mindlessly driving. And we just got groceries, just water. We came back. I literally slept from like 11 till like 8 p.m. And then I woke up, 8, we got pizza, 8, and I fell back asleep. And I just slept the whole night, woke up to like 10 in the like morning the next day.
Yeah. What was your jet lag? Like how many hour difference was it? Wasn't it only 2 hours ahead?
3.
I
think 3.
Where'd you fly?
North Carolina.
2 hours ahead.
I thought it was 3.
I think it's like 2.5 hours ahead. They're not quite all the way East Coast.
North Carolina, it is East Coast. It's in like the middle. It's like pretty sure it's 3 hours.
Above South Carolina.
Then you could be right.
I think it was 3.
Yeah, no, you could be right. I just know Hawaii is a 3 hour back. You know, so like,
okay.
Bro, when we landed at 5 in the morning, it was technically 2 in the morning in Hawaii.
Fuck.
And I had to get up and stick through that night.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to sleep until like that next day.
God
Woke up at like 11.
That's such a weird thing. I never think that I get like jet lagged.
Yeah.
Even when like Florida wasn't.
Florida, yeah.
But it was still pretty chill.
Florida too was another 3 hour.
Oh shit! Really?
That was 3 hours, yeah. But it was the other way, so we lost it.
Yeah. I still chill.
That's crazy.
Brian was still vibing the whole time, bro.
I was vibing.
Brian's 24 hours, still Brian's 24 hours. It's a change.
It's 24/7.
That's so funny. That's good that everything went well with your flight.
Oh,
I mean,
everything was good.
Cause like, dude, when I hear people go on vacation, right, it's either two things or three. Oh yeah, two things. I either hear how their vacation was a little shit because of a different location, right, or I hear just shit about like the airport and the security or TSA or whatever. I always hear it's one or the other. And for me, when I've traveled, it's usually the location, right? Like in North Carolina, when we went, like, no diss to them, but it's dead as fuck, bro. We were there on a Saturday day, and the whole city's just dead. Nothing. Bro, it's so fucking depressing. And then in the night, there's, like, barely any street lamps. And it's so creepy because there's these, like, lamps. Like, and there was a neighborhood, right? And when you look past the neighborhood, it's, like, dark at the end. It's like, you just see, like, 3 or 4, like, light posts or street posts. And then just dead. Like, nothing. But the lights there were purple. So it was like a weird purple hue of like light.
Kind of gives you this like Insomniacs vibe, huh?
Yeah, but it was creepier because it was like a dark purple. Like, cause I was like lightish purple, you know, pretty much. But it was just like dark purple. We're like, what the fuck are we getting into? Yeah. So that was pretty creepy.
I'd like to experience that. At least go.
What, North Carolina?
Oh yeah, because like that's kind of like my vibe. I fuck with that.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I want you guys to go to Hawaii, though. That's a place where I think you guys would like.
Yeah.
I would. I'm down. Soon, man. Soon enough. Soon enough we'll all start traveling together.
Get better drops.
Next spot will be in Hawaii Watch.
They're recording on our phones.
Next Tuesday we're playing golf.
Dude, I can't wait to get into that.
Oh, dude, that's one thing I just missed. Yeah. It's all right, man.
I do miss playing golf.
That's right.
I just hate this heat. Mm-hmm. Going back to
you know what, though? Being in the heat and golfing, you can make that your cardio.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Well, recently, also one thing that Brian and I started doing is pickleball. That shit's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, I know, like, right, cardio could be dreadful, being on the treadmill for like 30 minutes to lose weight or whatever, but don't get me wrong, bro, pickleball, we were fucking running around, jumping, and it was pretty hot, too. It was like 85 degrees or whatever. But it was just so much fun, and we were getting so into the game. At one point, I looked at my heart rate, like 180. I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm huffing and puffing, bro.
It's a little too high.
It's like my heart rate's at like 230, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go work at it.
Dude,
like
but it was great, bro. It was so much fun.
It's like, that's why sports, bro, like when we're younger playing those is like keeps us in shape. But like as we're older, it's like, dude, it's like, that's what makes it fun, you know? It's like you're running or you're doing all this, you know, whatever agility stuff, and you're still burning the calories, you know. Now it's like you do that.
Like, yeah, that's where I put my legs, you know.
Yeah, bro.
Stupid. But yeah, so like my point was that it's like, dude, if you want to find something fun in cardio, because golfing could be considered cardio too, because we do a shit ton of walking.
Yeah, you can walk the course and do cardio. Yeah.
No, we're not walking that shit. But dude, just think about it for 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
In the sun,
you're out there for
walking. Yeah,
you can park the car really far, and then walk.
That's exactly what I was thinking, bro. Like, all right, I'm gonna stop you 20 feet away from that. Then go watch your ball.
So
I want to get at least 40 steps in right there in this hole.
I have multiple videos of Alex leaving his car like 20, 30 feet away from the ball, and
like more. He's walking like 50 feet to his ball. He's like, it's right there though.
Like the judgments of distance is so funny.
It's funny because I hit a ball and it lands somewhere, and instead of parking my golf cart ahead, so when I hit the thing, I could just walk forward. I had to go all the way back to go get it.
That's true. That's fucking hilarious.
Gotta get my steps in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, pickleball's fun as fuck. Definitely do it. I'd recommend anyone.
Big right now. Dude, even in Hawaii, there's a lot of people playing pickleball. Like, never seen that before ever.
I've never seen this. I've never heard about it until I saw just a random TikTok.
Yeah, there's a court that was there that was built in with pickleball courts now. It's like it used to be an old basketball court.
Well, fucking here, where right next to us in the park, there's, I believe, 6 courts.
Yeah.
Right? And then at least 2 or 3 of them are pickleballs. I was like, fucking great.
I know,
Big right now, bro. Yeah.
Huh?
It was really cool because we got to play like in the actual like bounds and stuff. I mean, we played our own rules too first. It was like starting out, but
yeah, like there's this one rule where like it's called like the kitchen. It's like a line right in front of the net. It's like a box that you can make it in. I told Brian, don't make it in there. His first ball, so I tried in. He's like, and I'm like, we're beginners. But when we actually get competitive or something, like we're gonna play by the rules, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. My first time playing it, I played it with my girl. We had a lot of fun, and then my girl was busy working, and Brian's like, let's just go play. I'm like, fuck it, we'll go. I think we worked out and then we went to go play pickleball.
Okay.
When my girl and I first went, we did pickleball and then we did legs after.
Terrible,
bro. It
yeah,
was
bro.
fucking
Terrible.
bad, bro. Oh my god, her and I were both like, hey, after the fourth workout, we're done. Like,
Yeah.
we couldn't even fucking walk.
You know what though? That's why you guys got to come to Newport because it's cooler at night, and that's when you get
Dude.
busy. The courts are.
Does
from,
it light
like-
up?
Yeah, so we have
Oh,
lights.
that's fucking sick.
We have
I do
lights
that, yeah.
from like
It's like,
go right now from like 6 till like 10. You know, and so from that point, bro, there's a lot of people out there playing. You know, and so when
it closes? Like
they turn off the lights. They turn
Oh,
off the lights.
okay.
So those will go off because obviously they don't want it to be.
Let's just take the light up ping pong balls that we have.
Oh,
Or ping pong ball, golf
I was
balls.
saying, yeah, no, but dude, it'll be a lot cooler out there. You know,
Yeah.
so that's always a cool option.
100%.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
done. But yeah, if you and your partner want to lose weight or something, play pickleball.
What? No.
Yeah.
If anybody,
You
of
should-
any relationship,
And your partner.
want to go do cardio, I want to
That's
go play
okay.
pickleball with you.
I
That's
don't
why I
wanna play
laughed, bro.
with- I don't want to play with
The only
you.
thing I remember is you two going to play and you and your
I think
partner.
you say that.
Dude, fucking cardio so like I'm just not in that mindset. Like you know, like I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't want to be on the treadmill for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't mind being on the treadmill, bro. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's
The fuck?
hilarious.
Okay, what no?
I
Yeah.
heard that too. I think we're good.
Are we good? Okay.
Yeah, we're
good.
chilling.
No, but yeah, it's like I don't mind that because sometimes it's like it gives me a chance to watch a video. You know, if I have like so for instance, it's been in Hawaii for the last 2 weeks. I haven't seen the last 2 bro chats and stuff like that. You know, so I had 2 of them to watch.
That's like
still.
4 hours.
Yeah, so
4
that's
or
what I'm
5
saying. I got
of
4 hours of
content.
cardio to do. You know, so
And
it's,
hour videos too.
yeah, so it's like there's times throughout my week where I don't have a chance to like sit down and watch them. If I'm at the gym, it's like I can do 30 minutes. I can watch up, you know, this bit. So it gives me a chance to do that. But then obviously when there's other days where it's like I have nothing to do and it's like I'd rather not sit on a treadmill and you know try and just find something random to pass the time with. It's like that's when I go play pickleball or basketball too. You know, I'm still pretty into basketball and we have the courts right next to the pickleball stuff, so I can kind of just pick and choose.
We saw people playing tennis. And that shit looks way too intense.
I love tennis.
When I was younger, my older brother and I did a tennis camp together, bro. We were the double champions, dog. We were so good at it. So I still have my tennis racket when I was younger, but it's like a smaller kind of size. But I was good at
That
it.
shit
bro.
looks cool.
Yeah. So, hey, these things. Tell us about this game, Alex. You and you said your girl got this to kind of
Yeah.
play
So,
around.
one day, Brian was like, "Hey, you guys want to hang out?" Him and
Is
his
that
girl.
how we started the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, as couples, not
As
like
couples.
just me with them. You know, like, can I hang out with you guys? No.
I know you
okay,
invited yourself to the movie theater last time.
we were going together, me and
That's
Alex,
besides the
and then
No. I
That's
was.
besides the fact.
But anyways, we're like, Brian's like, "Oh, I want to play trivia or something, or like a game." And then we saw these cards, and we thought they were pretty sick. It's called Hot Takes, and basically you just hot takes, and you just give your opinion on it, whether you agree or disagree, and then you argue about it. But we thought, hey, it'd be pretty cool on the podcast, like the different topics that we might see. It might spark conversation or a debate. So
Yeah, so we see on other platforms and stuff like that where they
Yeah.
have people ask
So
questions or
cards,
something
yeah.
like that. So it's kind of our way of
you just shine them. And
this is them guys.
you didn't see it. Hot take.
Yeah, but it's like it's our way of kind of answering some questions or having different topics to kind of toss around and do it that way. So
and if you guys have some of your own hot takes, you can
hot
always
takes
leave
and
them
questions,
down
put
there.
them in the comment section.
Fernie.
Yeah, exactly.
Fernie.
Fernie, this is for you, buddy.
Or just that one random guy that we got to.
Fernie's gonna be so psyched about that, bro. Hey, we love you, bro.
We love you, man.
All right, so I'm gonna start with one.
Okay.
Because I think Alex will have a great time with this one. Men have it easier than women. So technically, you're supposed to give a yes or no answer on this, and then we can talk about it after.
Be like agree or disagree.
Yeah. So
You said men have it easier than women.
yes.
All right, I'm a.
This is a good one.
I'm gonna.
All right, we want to go to
There's
Brian.
just so much context.
And
Okay, I'm gonna
Don't get
put.
Brian.
His brain's hurt a bit.
So you said okay, men have it easier than women. I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
Disagree. Agree.
I would agree.
Okay. So you guys are conflicted. Oh, you want me to answer too?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes, I'd agree.
Men have it easier than women.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Why do?
Yeah, so we both are different than you. So
Yeah.
I guess it was my card, so you could just tell me why. Sorry.
It's okay. No worries. I mean, like, not saying that, like, you know, like there's like less problems in a sense, you know, but like, I don't know. I feel like I could be biased because I only have one perspective, you know, and like comparing it to my life, you know, like I feel like I would, not saying like, oh, it's been super, super easy, you know, but it's like, it's a lot less than, you know, some other people may have to like kind of experience, you know, because like even with like somebody as close as like my sister, you know, like I always saw her kind of like getting like the shittier on the stick sometimes, you know, and it's like sometimes I couldn't complain, you know, more than her in my sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I just, that was my take on that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been like just all over social media, the whole like, not trying to get controversial, but
Political.
But when Andrew Tate started blowing up, and then he started talking about, and then everyone started like saying that he was like misogynistic or whatever, but then he's saying how like men should be strong or this and that, and then so many opposing views just shot it down, and I feel like that's in every day, just like exactly like you said, like it seems like some days you can't complain, or some days you can't feel something, you have to hide them, because you need to be strong for other people. Like for me personally, I grew up in a house of women for the longest time, like 2 sisters and a mom, and my stepdad was there too, but he was like majority of the time working, so it was just like mainly me. And if something happens, like obviously I was like the first one to deal with it or whatever, me being the man. But sometimes it'd be like, well, shit, I'm barely 16, and you know there's 2 adults in the house, like my older sister and my mom, and I'm 16 and I'm supposed to handle it sometimes. So I'm like, fuck. And then now it's like, now that I'm older, it's more like, even in like working wise, like if a girl comes in and I notice and she says she's tired, like I've noticed that some managers are like, oh, like, you know, we'll go easy on you or whatever, you know. And then if it's a guy, if I heard a guy say that, or I even said that myself, they're like, why are you tired? You're not supposed to be tired. You're supposed to be working. I was like, well, motherfucker, I could be tired for one day. Like, you know, like get off my ass. But what I was saying, how like women have it more difficult, it's just, I guess it's just more of a safety thing, right? Like it is true. Like I'm perfectly fine going to go get gas, right? 10, 11 in the night. But you know, the majority of females are scared of that, you know? So, and that's a tough thing to live with, you know?
So you guys kind of answered it both more on like a personal level, you know, just how you're feeling about it. I kind of viewed it as more of just like a professional, like how in a workplace, like a woman's probably not going to make as much as a man, you know, just in their kind of place they're in, you know, definitely just being a man, especially like in just so many different like categories,
business,
like in sports too, you know, just because like you were born a man, you still have that body and you're in that kind of realm of kind of athlete, you know, versus like the NBA and WNBA is very different, you know, so just because like you're a guy, it's like you have that opportunity to go and gain that much more like value in a bigger corporation, you know, but it's like if
it's more opportunities.
Exactly. So it's like, but if you're kind of a woman, but you still love basketball and you have that heart and you have everything like that, it's like you're not going to be making millions of dollars like LeBron James, or you're not going to be making and having all these fans and this big old like championship like parade and this and that. It's like it's just different, you know, and it's like that's a different opportunity that women get versus guys, you know. It's like the guys have the opportunity to do all this because of, and it's such like the ceiling's a lot higher. It's kind of like what you're getting at. It's
literally a theory, a sociological theory called the glass ceiling theory, where it's harder for females. It's glass ceiling because you can see everyone above you, but you can't pass it, you know? So it's like, it's actually like very true. But at the end of the day, like I've heard so many arguments, right? About like the most recent one was like about the World Cup for females, right? Like they were comparing it how the last World Cup brought like $7 billion in revenue. And then the female one brought, I don't want to be like, I'm not 100%, but it's in the lower like 200 million.
Yeah.
And it's still a lot of fucking money. But the female players were saying how like they want to get paid as more men. But the thing is, men's sports bring more eyes.
It's like you can't get around that. Excuse me, sorry, I need some water over here.
Still here.
I know, yeah. No.
The alcohol's still in your system.
But it's like even just like, you know, in basketball, like I was that same analogy. It's like your NBA games have so many more fans than a WNBA game. You know, baseball games versus softball stadiums, they're like double the size. triple the size, for a reason. Because it's like there's just not that many fans that'll go to them. And it's like on your televised games, what are the most televised like events in sports? It's always the men's football, basketball, baseball.
Super Bowl,
Exactly. It's never a WNBA championship. Like I guarantee you guys can't tell me what month that championship plays, or I can't even tell you, so it's like I don't even know the month that it plays in, but it's like I guarantee you if you ask somebody when the Super Bowl is, they'll know what month it is. If you're just like, and it goes for like all the sports, and it's like it's just a different opportunity because it's a different kind of like that whole ceiling kind of theory that you're just talking about. It's like I didn't recognize that or realize that, but
it's a whole ass theory. It's fucking crazy, and just like it's a pretty recent theory because they compared it more to the professional stance, and they compared it a lot in the financial market, Wall Street. They like how, like back then you would go see brokers or Wall Street and you wouldn't see a female at all. It was like over 100 men on the phone, stocks, sausage fest. Basically, bro.
I don't need this.
So it was crazy. I mean, the thing is that like has changed a lot of that is the fact that for example, just a huge social media factor has given a lot more opportunities for women to make their own money, be more successful in the sense, but it's still very prominent. And that's where definitely men have it a lot easier in the professional sense. I guess for Brian and I in the personal, for me personally, it's like, it's just in that like Mexican household where it's like that toxic masculinity or whatever, but it is true where like, or machismo they call it, where like like men are not supposed to cry, they're not supposed to do this, that, and once in a while it's okay, but it's very, very frowned upon, and then that could cause a lot of more internal problems in the future.
That's true. What do you think X would say?
You'd be like, yeah, man.
It's like, no, yeah.
But yeah, you guys see we're missing X today. He just couldn't make it. He had something come up this morning, and so today we just have the three of us.
Yeah.
So no changes, obviously. He's going to be back with us next week.
He'll be back.
Just a little scheduling kind of issue we had today.
Hey, that was a good take. Fuck.
I know, that was good. See, I told you. That was that was the first card I got.
You want to read yours or you want me to read one of mine?
Yeah, I mean, I have mine. Mine are not as deep as that one. The first one I have is time is a construct.
Damn, that's so tough. I don't know if you want to go first or you want me.
Well, I can't go first, so
okay.
You go first.
I don't agree. I used to think time was a construct because I remember my AP psychology class in high school. My psychology like time is a construct, money is a construct. It's all invented by society. But the true, I just saw a video about it of like just measuring time is the most accurate way to measure anything at all. So they were talking about light years, and light years is like basically light travels in 1 year like over 1 trillion something miles, right? So whenever you see a star, you're seeing the star how it was like 100 years ago, not in present time. Yeah. And the only way you could measure that is by time. So that's why I'm like, what other way is there? Like money, obviously it is a construct because we could live without money if we really wanted to. But time, like it's just the all defining factor. Yeah. And if you guys watch The Flash, they literally talk about this. Really? So it's on HBO Max. I think you guys should watch it. It's like that got to me more. I was like, fuck. But I used to think it was a construct. Like we invented it. We invented the 24 hours. Like it's just all made up. Like us as a society agreed upon it.
Yeah, I mean even think about like our time and like our time clocks, as far as people go, it's like regardless that like a kind of measurement of time or whatever is going to be shown like in our bodies and how we kind of get older and how we end up kind of, that kind of thing, and so that's always going to be consistent. So it's not something we just kind of made up.
So you're saying time is not a construct?
Yeah.
You?
I also believe that.
Time is not a construct?
The kind of thought I had on it was just because like the studies of how everybody experiences time differently. Mm-hmm. And like that was like a big impact. Like if you put your watches on the babies, right, and you let them grow up, the watch is gonna have different times in like 20 years. So I thought like that was like I don't know, that just made it seem like everybody has like their own kind of taking on it. So it's not like something that you can.
Yeah, I think the perspective and your feelings about time is a construct. But the actual measurement is not a construct. No, like still, to be in a black, to be in a black and white, like, it's like, it's not. So I don't think it's a construct anymore. I used to think that, bro, for maybe like fucking 6 years. I would think that, like, you know, but now like seeing the Flash movie and then the whole like light year space and everything, it just blew my mind. I'm like, fucking damn, like I've been wrong this whole fucking time. That was pretty cool.
Like,
that was a good card.
That was actually a good one too. Yeah,
that was a really good card.
Yeah.
All right. Diet culture is toxic. Diet culture.
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting.
I think it's toxic.
The culture?
Diet culture.
Nah.
No.
Damn.
Really?
Nah.
I go with Brian.
No.
I disagree. Yeah.
So I think it's toxic because it's like you don't need to define it as like the culture itself is kind of defined based on like having a good versus bad, you know, rather than just having one thing that we can all agree on as being good, you know? And so when you kind of separate into like having a diet culture, it's like that's going to be a lot of people like, no, well, this is better than that, you know, versus if you have like a focus on just the more general health of everything, you know, it's like, well, yeah, that may be bad in this context, but it's not bad in this sense. You know, it's like if I'm a healthy person in this kind of sense, it's like it's not going to be as detrimental versus like if that person having it, you know? So it's like if you can kind of, instead of having like, oh, this is bad, this is the way to do it, kind of mindset on things, I think it's definitely gives it like that toxic side. You know?
I feel that. Because, I mean, the way that I thought it is like that everybody in the diet community, no matter what diet it is, they're like, oh, this is better than not being on a diet.
Yeah. See, but what I see is a lot of argument, though, is like, well, my diet is better than yours. You know, what I'm doing is better because of this, and this. You're going to get better results trying this, you know, but it's like, doesn't always work that way.
It 100%.
And there's a lot of talk in that in the diet community, you know, and so it's not just like, oh, well, we're all being healthy over here. You know, we're all kind of like in the same boat. We're good, guys. Like, they're the ones that are,
they're the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but it's like, if you're not in that and you kind of don't categorize yourself in a community like that or kind of do that, it's like, well, I'm eating to be healthy. Yeah. You know, it's like you can kind of just have that be, it's going to be your diet, obviously, but you're not going to have like the mindset of, well, I'm doing keto. This is what I follow. And you're going to have those friends that do it with you. Or I follow a high carb, low sugar diet, this and that. So it's like.
Okay. So, all right. So just think of, all right, just put an idea in your head. Think of the whole United States, right?
Yeah.
We're 400 million population, just the U.S., no one else. What, based on your percentage of what you know in the fitness industry, what you know in medical field, whatever we know, what percentage do you think people are vegans? Like straight up vegans, like full right vegans?
Honestly, probably close to like 10 to 20%.
Really? That fucking high?
Yeah.
I was really think that.
I was going to say 20, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say 10
I was
20.
thinking like 5 or 6%.
Honestly, bro, yeah, there's a lot of people that.
The reason why I say that is because, so it's known, right? When there's like a bad thing, it pops up more than more good stuff, right? So I think because vegan like that, I'm just talking about vegan, not every other diet, but just vegan is a more prominent one that could be kind of toxic of the culture. But when I put like, say, even is that your guys is 80-20, right? 80% of people that are not vegan are not really fighting for vegans. Like they're not really saying, no, stop being vegan, be on our side. So that's what I'm saying. It's not toxic because the majority aren't fighting it. But that 20% are vegan are fighting it.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, but like maybe that 20% could be toxic, but I don't think the whole culture is toxic.
Yeah.
You get based off of a percentage of a ratio.
Yeah, and I guess what I'm trying to separate is the fact of just kind of having the diet kind of itself be kind of what you're running your life on, you know, and that kind of making it the culture, you know, because that vegan culture, essentially, if you eat vegan, nobody gives a shit, you know. You can be like a lawyer, you can be, you know, something in your life, bro. Nobody cares about what you're eating. Nobody cares about what you're eating, bro.
Nobody gives a shit.
But that's my point. But even in my like sense though, it's like the fact that I eat the way I do, it's like nobody cares, bro. It's like I still do my work, I still have my life that I live. Like nobody cares what I eat, bro. You know, it's like, so I'm not gonna go out there and say, well, this is better, this and that. It's like, yeah, I have my opinion on what I eat because of a certain way, you know, but it's the culture that certain groups will kind of create. Yeah, I think it's pretty toxic.
No, but I think
so I don't hate vegans. I don't hate vegans at all. Trust me.
It's like, dude, I hear more people.
I hate the idea of them. I'm just kidding.
I hear more people pushing that like vegan agenda or keto agenda or stuff like that. And the only time I hear people counter argument that is because they're being argued.
Yeah.
Right. Like, for example, a really popular person is Joe Rogan. Has talked so much about the carnivore diet, right?
Yeah.
And then that's a nightmare for vegans, you know? But it's like, what I've seen is like Joe Rogan isn't going on his social media platforms and telling everyone, do this because I think this is right and this and that. He usually says that because people be asking him, like, oh, you could replace that with tofu. Look at what they do to the animal, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I've heard so much about how vegan is way more dangerous because in order to grow tofu, you have to, like, have a huge plot of land. All those animals that were there, you have to kill them. You have to put pesticides. It's like, there's a clip of that. Yeah. I'm like, wild how, like, you create more, you know, problems and more detriment to the environment trying to go vegan than, like, you know. And I don't agree with, like, the farming, you know.
There's obviously a lot of ways that we still get our produce and everything.
Yeah. That's like
unnatural.
unethical.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, obviously, if you can go out and buy your stuff from those places that you know are doing it in the right ways, it's like that's always the best way to
or
go.
hunting your own stuff.
Exactly.
You know,
it's like there's more natural ways of doing it. You know?
It's crazy because, like, I got bringing up Rogan, right? Like, he could hunt a deer and then that meat will last him for like 6-8 months.
Yeah.
One deer, and it feeds his, like, family of like 4 or 5 or whatever, and his dog too, you know. So yeah, I don't think it's toxic because the majority of the culture isn't arguing, but that tiny percentage that does argue is toxic, but that doesn't involve the whole thing.
I get
That's my black and white argument.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's not toxic. That was a good one too.
So this is gonna make this next one even worse. So. Yoga pants should only be used for yoga.
Disagree.
Why?
Yeah.
What else should they be used for?
Anything.
Whatever they want.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what's it called? Like painters, they use jeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that painters wearing yoga pants?
They could.
They're up there getting themselves some discounts.
You know. Same ones with the pocket right here, so they can hold a gun.
It's like the same thing. Like, running shoes should only be used for running.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
it's like
that's kind of the argument I was kind of seeing when I saw
it.
It's like a lot of stuff. Like, I wear like the basketball shorts I wore to work out, and you know, he's like, "Well, you gonna go play basketball now?" Just shorts,
like,
bro.
You got gym at 4, basketball at 5, or what?
Yeah, so it's like
up to his like kneecaps, like the 2 shins.
The knees were gone, bro. You don't see the knees in those shorts.
Wait, I don't know. So I mean, I don't really hear that argument though. I don't know if you guys hear that. How yoga pants should just be used for yoga.
No, and so it's like didn't see it on the specific sense of it. You know, it's like more just like the general like sense of are certain products just meant for, you know,
what
certain
they're
for,
okay.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
Like, it's kind of so it's like I'm trying to think of stuff that we may use for, you know, other instances. Like, I don't know. It's like
I use my old coffee holder,
yeah,
for sugar.
Yeah,
you know, and then I use the scoop from the pre to like scoop it up to measure how much sugar.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Or what about like hats? You guys are wearing hats, but they're only meant to cover the sun.
Yeah.
You know, but people use
cool style. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy was okay. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was gonna make it worse now.
I'm all about efficiency. So whatever's more sufficient, I'm gonna use that. I have people should be compensated extra for their commute to and from work.
No, it's their fault.
Is their fault?
Oh yeah, bro. Because I drive an hour on Wednesdays and Fridays to go to work, so that's my fault that I'm still working in that place. You know.
Yeah.
If the job itself makes you travel away, that kind of thing, and the commute is like kind of their fault, then yes, I would say they need to compensate. But it's like if you choose to live where you do based on like where your job is, like, you can move closer.
Well, what if you're working? Say your commute to work is like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the office you've been working for like 10 years, and then they decide to move 2 hours away.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like if they move 2 hours away, that was something you would be talking to with them, trying to create some sort of like, yeah, I'll do that, but you got to pay for, you know, living expenses or whatever it's going to be.
Does it matter how important your role is though?
It does for sure. Yeah. You know, because if it's like they don't need you, it's like that's fine. You know, we can find people out there.
Whatever. You're just
it happens all the time in jobs. It happens all the time in jobs. You know, so
shit.
No, yeah.
Damn,
it's like obviously, in certain situations you should be like compensated for whatever it is. Like if you're somebody that's like a high important in the job, and it's like, well, we need you to move out here. And it's like, well, I don't have the money for it. It's like, but we need you to. You know, it's like sometimes like the jobs have to give some sort of Like
even fucking school, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Dude, at Fullerton, people be commuting from LA, from San Diego. I'm like, fuck, like
yeah,
2 times a week. I'm like, shit, and
their fault.
they and they don't get compensated. Like, they don't get extra money. Maybe they can make an argument for it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See, but you know what though? Yeah. So if in like a student's case, if they're going from San Diego to Fullerton, it's like in my sense of saying is their fault. It's like they could find maybe schooling at San Diego. You know,
yeah,
there's San Diego State, there's SDU. It's like there's different like even on the way back, it's like Irvine's a little closer. You know, it's another 20-30 minute drive. You know, so it's like
the only thing that I get counter that argument that those schools are a little bit more difficult to get in.
If you're at Fullerton,
your fault for not getting it?
exactly. If you're at Fullerton for a certain reason,
that's true. Yeah.
You know, then you should be okay with making that jump to be like, all right, I need to go move here.
Or like living on campus.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Because it's like if you can afford it, like driving every day, then that's up to you. If you can't afford it, then it's like, oh, you know what, I need to find something different.
It just sucks because it all has to do with like personal context. Cause like, what if someone can't move because they're taking care of like a family member? You know,
exactly. It's like
stuff like that, right?
Yeah, everything's always.
But that's what I'm saying. They can make an argument for that case.
They could,
you know,
for sure. It's hard for when you're paying to go to school. Being like, all right, you guys need to pay me because I have to drive. Yeah. You know, it's like that's hard. That's a hard argument to make to them.
Like, I got paid and I'm like 10 minutes away.
For them, they're going to be like, you paid your tuition already. Yeah. Like, we're here to give you classes. Like, we're not here to get you here.
Like, okay, yeah. And it's different from like a job, like you said, like where the job is actually paying you a regular salary.
It's like they're going to pay you to do a certain job for them. So if it's actually worth something to them, they'll be like, yeah, you know what? We're going to pay for you to move this.
Okay, well, say you were a business owner. What would you do? Like you decided to move 2 hours away and you have a coworker who's been with you for 10 years. Yeah. And their job is like, say, okay, compared to restaurant, their job is like a general manager. Yeah. And they've been very good for you for 10 years.
Yeah. So this has happened actually with my pops in a company that he had.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They moved to Vegas years back.
Yeah.
And he had that 100% up to him. It's like, we'll pay for you guys to come out here. You know?
Oh, they offered that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But he didn't want to. It's like we were in high
had
school.
Your foundation here.
We were in the Boca High School, bro. So it's like my older brother was in varsity. He was going to do this and that. I was still, you know. And so it's like that option was there. But it's like my dad wasn't willing to really just pick up everything. What a sacrifice. Yeah, bro.
What a sacrifice.
It happens, you know. And it's like, it's hard for sure. But it's like he was worth to the company enough for them to be like, yeah, we'll move you. Yeah. You know? And so it works out in some situations and sometimes it doesn't.
Fuck. It just gets more difficult when it's like you're not the only one involved in that planning. Yeah. Like if it was your dad single or like didn't have a family, then you know, 100%. Yeah. Right. If it was just like him and like your mom, 100%. Right. But you guys were like in the bulk of everything, you know.
Yeah. So there's different interests in certain parts of life, you know. So
that was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Read mine. Camping sucks.
No.
Never been.
Never been. I never been, but I agree that sucks.
I don't mind it. I think if you have the right setup, it can be cool. It does suck, and sometimes when I remember we went to a place called Woods Valley, I believe. I think it was. I don't really know honestly where it was because I was very young when I went, but like staying on like the ground in like an actual tent, stuff like that. It's like as you're older, bro, like that could get a little like annoying. You know, it's like I know it's like you and it's hot. What if you're somewhere where it's hot, bro? And you wake up in the morning, you're sweaty, bro, and you're in this thing.
Mosquito
bites. Turn the AC on. Where's the AC?
Yeah, but dude, there's some stuff that I've seen that like I've really been interested in. But like if you get a truck and they have those beds that you can open up in your thing.
Yeah. But like, okay, so follow up question for you. At what point is it like camping still? Yeah.
Oh, so I would consider I consider like having like your truck out there as like the furthest away from camping as you can be to still be camping, you know. So it's like if they have those, like I said, those tents that you can open up in your bed to where it's almost like a little hut that you're in, but you're off the ground, like you're not in like an actual tent on the ground and having to do that. It's like I still consider that camping, you know, because you're in the wilderness and it's like kind of what you got.
I mean, like if you still get cell reception, you're not camping.
You're sitting there watching Netflix all night.
Yeah, because you know,
camping's cool.
For me, I would just say camping sucks because like I guess it's my fault that I've paranoid myself with like so many scary stories I listen to, and so many of the woods.
Fucking South Carolina.
Dude, so much bad shit up in the woods. Like, oh my god. That shit terrifies me. Dude, when I was in fucking North Carolina, our Airbnb was behind woods.
I love that shit, dude. I love that shit. The scary shit. Oh, my God.
Dude, you look outside and all you see is like the trees, like the upper part of the trees because the moonlight's hitting it. Yeah. But below, just black, just pitch black. I'm like, Yeah,
I'd
that's why I say camping.
I'd much rather stay in a hotel than go camping. I will say that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. True.
But yeah,
That doesn't change.
Yeah, that's a good couple cards.
See, that was actually nice. I think we should continue to do this. If you guys hated this, then just let us know because we'll stop. Then we can just blame Alex. We can just blame Alex for ruining this episode too.
Dude, it was good. Are you kidding me?
No, these were good.
We went in on vegans. We fucking.
I enjoyed these. They're actually good.
Gas. I mean, to let you guys know, we flipped through a lot of.
Oh yeah, we read them basically all. So trust me, we got some questions.
That's true.
Like, if you're doing a diet and it works for you, don't push it on someone else.
Yeah,
if they ask for advice, then go for it.
Yeah,
but if they don't ask,
Yeah, don't listen to Alex on diet advice too. That works too.
Exactly. Yeah, because not everyone's diet. Dude, like, the whole Sam Silik thing, how he's been, like,
he's
eating
donuts
cereal.
And
Yeah.
cereal.
And
Yeah,
like,
it's great. And he's
like,
huge.
people are saying how he's like, oh, he's going to die, or, like, how is he not fat? Dude, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
like, and then they're like, oh, his toxic fucking diet. And I'm like, bro, there's so many bodybuilders that fucking eat cereal like that.
Yeah.
The only thing is that Sam Silik is, like, fucking popular as fuck.
It's just popular right now.
It's like, fuck. And he's sponsored by Hasa.
Shout
out
He's
Hasa.
over there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You guys have anything else want to end on? I had a good little vacation in Hawaii. Definitely missed you guys. I know you guys were struggle busting out here looking for some kind of stuff to get going.
The
but
struggle still continues.
you know what? We're back.
We're back.
And we can struggle together, boys. So,
That's true.
yeah.
We're going to start winning soon.
We definitely missed Dex this week, but he's not gone. We'll definitely have him back next week.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I think today was a good episode. Good kind of catch up back. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys.